I'd
this is
actually,
London, and
I'd like to see
emotive. Should we see a few more?
Yeah,
okay, I'll take this one with us.
So by putting pictures up on the wall for friends and visitors to inspect, it is a way of them finding out about me.
Yeah, well, the religious figures, I use the religious symbolism,
I have an idea, a start, and then when I'm making the image, I'm then looking to see what is working and what isn't working. It's sort of like complete improvisation, which comes from jazz.
I would say that it comes from his musical heritage, and it's just coming out in this way.
I mean, all the time I thought he'd walked out on my mom and walked out on us.
I knew I wanted to play the drums, and at that point, it was a very serious decision for me to make in life, whether I wanted to go out and work from 9 to 5 in the factory, or whether I was going to pursue the truth of myself.
I asked about him periodically. The only time I found out about him was when my grandmother died and I went back to New York for the funeral.
I wondered what kind of life would he live, and what worried me so much was that I hoped that, oh God, that he didn't go to jail or get himself into some sort of rap with bad people and, get himself killed or something like that.
I didn't know whether he wanted to know me. I didn't know whether he wanted to see me. I didn't know whether he cared. I had to assume that he didn't, because if he did, I thought he would have been there.
Fate brought me here because I was working with two bands, and both have a fairly decent reputation here in Europe.
Well, I called him up, and the first thing I said was, is that Clifford? And he goes, yeah, who's this? And I go, well, you don't recognize your own son's voice, or something like that, but I was pretty angry.
As a matter of fact, I thought it was a mild joke at first, that I even had a son. And so that kind of upset me even more, because I thought my mind was being worked over.
I mean, that was the first thing he did. He saw me, gave me a big hug, and I didn't know how to confront that. So, it was very difficult. I just was kind of, So, but eventually, we began to talk, and things went on the way they do,
So what you been doing for 20 years?
From the last time I saw you?
Yeah.
Same thing, right here. Playing this music, trying to keep alive. When I got to New York, there was all these great people. Coleman Hawkins, Don Byas, oh, wow, Hubie Blake, you name them. And there I was, right in with the ones that were the masters and the creators of it. And so I was forced to develop and play the drums a certain way at a certain age. And when I heard Max Roach, I said, boy, I don't ever think I'm going to get that kind of independence. And so Blakey says, well, if you learn how to play them and stop beating them, then you might master it someday. I said, wow, so that gave me something to keep on pushing for, you see.
Well, I mean, there's a saying that the camera never lies, which is complete and utter fiction, because basically the camera's the biggest liar on the planet. Ansel, get out.
No, Ansel.
No, you're not in this shot, I'm afraid. Go on. Sit down.
I don't understand actually what you're trying to do here.
The technique is called photograms, and I'm just making basically silhouettes from body with colored backgrounds. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she said something about my work like it was very complicated, you know, complicated ideas and concepts. And she thought that I should do something very, very simple. And she said, like, love. And so I thought, right. and I went away and did it the next day. And this is it. And basically, what I kind of realized, I mean, like with my relationship with her, is that she listens to me. And that's why I love her, you know? And so I called this picture Love Equals to Listen. And the whole crux of the image is this tiny, tiny mouth there that's open, you know? And these two sort of figures, androgynous and sort of spiritual figures, and one is listening, and that's what the whole picture is about. Very simple. I had a show at the Barbican, and I just basically walked in and saw the visual arts planner, something like that. I don't know what her title is, but she's basically the lady that says who gets shows and who doesn't. I took in a portfolio of stuff and showed it to her and said, give me a show. And she said, okay, where do you want to put it? I had to stop for a sharp intake of breath at that point, and I just picked a spot, and she said, right, see you in a year. Well, what changed my life was the fact that what I saw was that people actually bought my pictures and put some money down, some cold, hard cash. You know, I made them for the joy of it, for the love of taking pictures, and then all of a sudden they were sold. My whole basis for taking pictures changed right then and there. And, I mean, there was nothing I could do about it. I saw money, and I needed money, and my pictures made it. And I just wasn't the same after that point. All right, I'll tell you what I dream about. I dream about a motorbike. That's what I dream about. I've got serious ambitions to acquire a certain motorcycle. And after I'm finished having the usual sort of boy-girl dreams, and then I dream motorbikes. Yes. I tell you what, I hope I'll be able to earn a living from what I enjoy doing. Okay. I would like to expand. There's a whole aspect of music that, you know, from my family background that I need to go into. You know. Hopefully in 5 years' time I will have done something about that, you know. 5 years is, my kid will be at school. Who knows, maybe I'll be a rabbi in 5 years' time.